Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal are back. We have played our last game of preseason and we have beaten Lyon 2-0. A very good performance from Arsenal, a very good performance from a couple of players. I think Mikel Arteta will be very, very happy as we get into the new season. We have seen some top performances from William Saliba, from Gabriel, from Odegaard, from Rice. I thought Partey played well. Alexander Zinchenko himself played very, very well as well. And I think we are ready for the new Premier League season. And you know who else is ready for the new Premier League season? It is Ricardo Calafiori. Calafiori has played his first game for Arsenal around 19 minutes into the second half. Mikel Arteta has given him that time. And I think it's been enough for us to see what he's all about. He's played at left back. He's also played at centre back. And what we have seen today is he's a very different kind of left back as compared to Alexander Zinchenko. He's a very different kind of player when you play him in that position. And when he plays at centre back, again, he's a very different kind of player as compared to Gabriel. So we have a very good asset in Ricardo Calafiori. We'll talk about the confidence this game brings, and also we'll talk about the general feel and the general lessons we got from our preseason. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Who was your man of the match in this game? If you've watched it, I think Zinchenko, Saliba, and Odegaard had very, very good games. And for me, I'm going to go with William Saliba. I liked his performance. I liked his I liked the way he was playing. I liked the way he was coming forward. I think he's taken a little bit of risks today as compared to the Saliba we know. He tried to score, he scored, but then he tried to score, I think, on 2 other occasions, and I loved it. So Saliba is my man of the match, but even other players really had very, very good games. So it's a game where we have dominated, by the way. Yes, the scoreline might tell you that Arsenal have had 2 goals only, but look at this. Arsenal have had 16 shots on goal as compared to Lyon's 8, and we also had 6 shots on target as well. So that tells you a little bit of information. One, it tells you that we had a good game. It tells you that we had shots, we had chances, and we even had chances to score 3, 4, 5 goals. Actually, if you watch the game, Arsenal could have scored 5 or 6 in this game. Like, Havertz wasted some good chances. Saka wasted some good chances. By the way, Saka had a very good game, but he wasted a lot of chances in this game. I think he had around 3 headers at the back post, and he buried none of them. And all of them were very good crosses from Alexander Zinchenko, who I thought was superb. But the lesson, and I think the key lesson that we take away from this one is Arsenal can dominate a team, and Arsenal can really produce quality against a top side. And I think Lyon had a very good game plan. They didn't come to allow Arsenal, tear through them or rip them apart. But eventually, when you have 16 shots and 6 of them are on target, it means you are on top of that team. We had 56% ball possession. Now, in the last 3 games Arsenal have played, Lyon, Leverkusen, and Liverpool, the Triple L, Arsenal have only had more possession than a team in one of those games, and that's Lyon. Liverpool had more possession than us, and then Leverkusen as well had more possession and more touches than us. And I was worried a little bit, but I think the philosophy is still there. It's just about the quality of the team, because with all due respect, Lyon are not a more quality side as compared to Leverkusen. They're not more quality as compared to Liverpool. So we need to start dominating bigger games as well. But I'm happy that we're back to our domination status. We are the kings of having the ball. We had 422 touches in this one as compared to Lyon's 351. And our passing accuracy also went up a little bit to 88%, and they only had 77% ball possession. So for me, passing accuracy. So for me, generally, that is what I expected. That is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see an Arsenal side that, reflects what we are going to see in the season, and that is what we have seen. So among the 5 things that I would say have been important for me, the most important has been the fact that we can still score set-piece goals, and our defensive line is still very, very strong and connected. We kept another clean sheet. And yeah, Lyon didn't have that, attacking threat. They started with Benrahma, Mikataze, up top, but I don't think they were really that poor. It's just that Arsenal are good defensively. I don't want to take anything away from Lyon, and I don't want to say, we really played a village team or a team from the Farmers League. Not really. They gave us a good game, a very good game for us to test ourselves with. But the key lesson for Mikel Arteta, and I think this will make him very happy, is the performance of the two centre-backs, Saliba and Gabriel. Both Saliba and Gabriel scored for Arsenal in the opening minutes of the game. Saliba scored in the 9th minute, and Gabriel scored in the 27th minute. And again, last season, Arsenal depended. I'm not saying we wouldn't have won the league. We didn't win the league. We wouldn't have competed with Man City if we didn't score set pieces. But we really relied a lot on set pieces to find another alternative to scoring goals apart from passing and passing and passing. And the big question, in my heart around Arsenal and in the media was, are Arsenal going to be able to still score goals from headers, from set pieces, from dead ball situations, even in the upcoming seasons? Was it a temporary thing? Was it a one-season thing? Or it is something that we've worked on and we are happy to continue with it in the upcoming seasons? And I think the answer we got today. Arsenal have scored 2 goals from 2 defenders, from 2 corners, both provided by Declan Rice. And who was the key player in delivering balls into the penalty area last season, corners and free kicks? It was Declan Rice. So I think the lessons that we learned in preparation for last season are still there. They stuck. And we're just going to add a few things, including the hiring of pickpockets, being alert all the time to the new season. And that gives us a massive, massive advantage. Now, guys, we have seen Ricardo Calafiori. Yes, I was always going to talk about him. We have seen Ricardo Calafiori, and boy, oh boy, he looks good. He absolutely looks good. The team obviously played, a very good game, but what we're waiting for is that game, is that moment where Ricardo Calafiori was going to come onto the pitch and the fans were going to go wild. And they did go wild. He came on and he looked good. But for me, I was focused on what he was going to do on the pitch rather than the way he looks. I know many people look at him and, they're just in love with him. He's handsome, he's good looking, he's got good hair and all that kind of stuff. There are 2 lessons the arrival of Ricardo Calafiori in this game shows us. Lesson number 1 is Mikel Arteta is becoming braver and braver in terms of trusting other patterns and trusting other pairs in the team, apart from Gabriel and Saliba, apart from Havertz and Odegaard. I think Mikel is slowly but surely starting to trust other patterns. What we have seen in this preseason is Mikel Arteta playing Kivio at centre-back, and he's played him alongside another player. He's also played Heaven at centre-back, by the way, alongside another player, alongside Timber and any other player. So what we have seen today is Ricardo Calafiori came on and played at left-back, but just for a short period of time. And we're going to talk about his time at left-back because it teaches us something. But quickly, he brings on Jakub Kivio. He shifts Ricardo Calafiori into centre-back alongside Jakub Kivio, and they did well. It was like they played together before. It was like Arsenal can still trust them. We can still trust Ricardo Calafiori and Kivio regardless of Saliba and Gabriel going off. Because in most cases, if you take off Gabriel and Saliba, it's a downgrade. Whoever comes onto the pitch, it's a downgrade. Yeah, but it didn't look like that. It didn't seem like that. Calafiori, there was one ball that was played over the top. He tracks his runner very well, and he's so confident, just like William Saliba, very confident. Turns away from his from the attacker, and just passes the ball into Lewis Skelly, and I loved it. So this season we might see a couple of combinations: Calafiori and Timber. That is one. Gabriel and Saliba, that's the other. Kivio and Saliba, that's the other. Calafiori and Kivio, Calafiori and Timber, things like that. We might see a few combinations. Mikel Arteta is becoming a little bit more and more trusting, and the more you trust your players, the more you rotate them, the lesser the injuries, the lesser the burnout, and the higher chances you have at having a fresh squad throughout the campaign. And that is something you want. That is something that actually gives you a lot of ground. Now, I've seen him play at left back today, and I've seen him play at centre back. Of course, the minutes he's played in those positions, you cannot really dig deep into them. You cannot really buy a lot of information from the time he's played. I mean, 15 minutes, 17 minutes. But what I've seen is that he's a very different player at left back as compared to Zinchenko. Zinchenko had a good game, guys. Zinchenko had a good game. Zinchenko created 3 good opportunities, goal-scoring opportunities for Saka, and Saka scored 9 of them. So probably Zinchenko would have walked away with a hat-trick of assists if Saka was Salah, honestly. So Zinchenko has a good game. He's taken off. Ricardo Calafiori is brought on. And initially, Zinchenko comes into the game. Zinchenko was playing inverted, the way we know him. Pushing towards the start of the penalty area, crossing those balls, those half crosses in the half space, and it looked very, very good. When Calafiori comes on, he gives us something different. It is different. It is not the way Zinchenko plays. He's not playing as a midfielder. He's actually playing like a Nathan Ake, a Josko Gvardiol, a John Stones. He's kind of inverting in midfield, but for him, he prefers those little exchanges, and then he's on his way. He doesn't really want to be on the ball, scan for passes, wait for runners, not really. He wants to run, and I think him and Gabriel Martinelli, if you combine their pairs, alongside a guy like Declan Rice who can give them enough cover, we are cooking. We are cooking. At centre back, he's confident, and he is a centre back, right? Those are the 2 things I'm gonna say. He's confident, and he's a centre back. If you play him alongside Gel and Timber, that might be the most confident pair Arsenal have. Okay, I mean Saliba and Timber is the most confident pair we have, but that might be Calafiori and Timber might be the second most confident pair in this Arsenal team, in this Arsenal squad. So I love the performance. I like the way we played. I like the way we introduced him, right? I like the way we introduced Calafiori, and I hope, and I would have wanted him to play more pre-season games, and I've wanted to see more players introduced before pre-season. Now, we have played 2 games before the new season, and we've won 2 of them. The confidence is flowing. The one thing you don't want is your team to start conceding 4 goals to nil, 5 goals to nil, losing 1 goal to nil as you enter the new season. It's an important season, and this game was always going to signify where we are, what we want to do, what we are like, okay? This game was always going to signify that. And Mikel Arteta used it very well. He played an 11 that I presume is going to be the 11 that starts against Wolves. Apart from maybe Zinchenko might not start there. Maybe Calafiori, maybe Timber could start. But the rest of the boys, Partey, Rice, and Odegaard in midfield, we'll see that. Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz up top, we will see that. Or probably Gabriel Jesus, we'll see that. So he played an 11 that he thinks he will rely on in the new season. And the substitutions are what I liked. Trossard came in for Martinelli, right? Nonweri came in for Declan Rice. Jorginho came in for Partey. Gabriel Jesus came in for Harvest. So it shows you that it showed us a pattern of what we have to expect and what is coming up in the new season. And of course, it's a confidence booster. You beat Lyon, you keep a clean sheet, 2 goals. You now prepare for the new season. Like, I'm going to start doing my predictions. I've already started doing my predictions, but I'm going to do my season predictions. I'm going to do my Arsenal season predictions. I think we'll start with the Arsenal season predictions. Let me know, where do you think Arsenal will finish in all the competitions that we are going to compete in? Champions League, where? Like semi-finals this time or final? Let me know. I'm preparing that video. Carabao Cup, I just don't know. Like, we don't treasure that. FA Cup, let me know, because I'm going to be doing my season predictions, and I don't want to disappoint this time. I want us to be very, very intentional as we get into the new campaign. But Arsenal beaten Lyon, and player ratings coming your way, 5 things coming your way, and the manager's press conference as well.